Hi guys. Okay, so this video is in English. The previous one was in Portuguese, and I'm doing this right away. I'm just starting to talk about the Brazilian Esports Awards. Okay, so different from the other one that I just commented about the award in general. This one I will go through every category. Okay, so like I will start with better Free Fire player, and then I will go to the main awards at the end. And along the award, I will throw some comments and criticize the award because from the nominees to the date, everything is a mess. I've already talked about the nominees and the problems around it, about how W7M, Siyum, that it's the W7M Fortnite Pro, and kinda they weren't nominated. And well, the date I didn't know, right? Okay, I was going to watch the Game Awards on the 12th, and then I just discovered that the PEB, the PEB, was the same day. So who was the dumb guy who planned to do the big Brazilian award at the same time? Maybe the only award that could have any competition in audience, because like the esports awards we don't care much, but the game awards, the game community really want to watch it. So doing the PB at the same time was just dumb. But okay, best Free Fire player. I said I was going through every category, but I can't comment on this one. Congrats to Bops. He was a Fluxo player who won the World Championship, so I think it's fine. Probably no issue here. And then Renatão for Virtual Soccer. Again, no comments, probably fair. Juni for the best other games that don't have their own category. For inclusive scene. I don't know how to say it. Like for women and non-binary and trans. Okay, so yeah, Juni. And then for the men, for other games, I mean, there were three finalists: Youngs, Lost, and Analog. I thought Youngs would win, but they gave it to Analog, and I think it's fair. He's a Dota 2 player, and surprisingly, Brazil is doing okay in Dota, better than the last few years, and he's our best player, so I think that's fine. Counter Strike for other genres, right? Okay, genres. I think it's weird to say. I won't say like for women because it's not for. Oh, Counter Strike kind of is, but okay. So Counter Strike for non-binary, trans, and women. Okay. Younger Kasensei and Poppins were the finalists, and Younger got won. Okay, that's fair. She's really good, but maybe a Furia player deserved more because they beat Imperial in Rio, and that was like a really big thing. But okay, that's she's good. She's good. Best Counter Strike player, man. But it's kind of everyone should work on this, but just man. Biguzera won. I think that was fair. Biguzera he had a really great year with Pain. The only issue here is that the finalists were Keisarato, Biguzera, and Fallen. Like Fallen didn't deserve it. It was Insani. It's Keisarato, Insani, and Biguzera. Biguzera maybe wasn't even the best player at Pain in the last 6 months of the year. I think it was NQZ. But for the whole project, the whole year, Biguzera really deserves it. So okay, Fallen, and then Fallen is part of the issue with the whole award. He's here because he's like an automatic vote. Okay, so people will think, oh, best Brazilian Counter Strike player, Furia, Fallen, of course, Fallen. We can't forget Fallen, and they just vote. That really, how it's not Insani? It doesn't make any sense not to be Insani, right? So yeah, Fallen. There were even other players like NQZ that deserved more than Fallen to be there. So yeah, Fallen here is the reason why W7M wasn't nominated to best organization. You see, it's the same kind of logic. Best mobile game players, okay, Mafioso, okay, that's fine. Craque da galera, that is like a popular vote for best for people's favorite player. One K17 from Free Fire, right? I think he's a Free Fire. Okay, I won't complain because it's a popular vote. So, Gon for best Fortnite athlete. I mean, that's fine. He's from Hero, right? The Flakes Power uh, organization. I think that's good. I think he deserves it. He's really really good. Uh, I just missed Siyon being nominated, but okay, that's fine. Atleta Revelação, like breakthrough player, right? That's for women, trans, and non-binary. Natasha. Well, I don't know. I can't give any opinion because I don't know about this. Breakthrough player for man is Nozin. Yeah, deserve it. He's a 16-year-old guy that plays for Pen Gaming, made major Counter-Strike major. I mean, since being 12, I think 12 probably. He's expected to be a top Brazilian Counter-Strike player. And he really really lived up to the expectations, so I think that's completely fair. He's so good, and probably will be one of our best players in general, near future indeed. Best fighting games player, really. I mean, I don't know what this guy did. Like, who is this guy, bro? I don't know what he won. I don't think he ever won anything. It's just not fair, bro. Just not fair. Okay, so best fighting games. Like, this is a category that I really had many the critics. Zeus is the winner. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know who the F this guy is. Really, I don't watch fighting games because Brazil isn't good enough in fighting games except Brawlhalla. We dominate Brawlhalla, and then Kaina, who was our best player, he won everything during the mid-season, both 2v2s and 1v1, and then he went to Worlds, won the 2v2 again, and was second place at the World Championship. Okay, you can say that he didn't win 1v1 at the World Championship, so the guy who won against him, that was a Brazilian, deserved the award. I don't think he did because no one was as dominating as Kaina. He really was the best. It was like just a series short from complete greatness and pulling up a Sandstorm. But okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, he deserved a nomination. He deserved to be a finalist. He is my winner. But then okay, you could give it to Use. I mean, he's the World Championship in the main category. So okay, 1v1 then, right? No, he didn't win. It was this guy Zeus who didn't win anything. How do you give the prize to a winless guy? Trophyless guy? It's just not fair. The judges are garbage. Really, the judges are terrible. They are so biased that it's unreal. And that's the problem with the Brazilian Esports Award. How do you call itself the Brazilian Esports Award if you don't recognize, if you don't acknowledge Brazilian esports? We have two games that we are the best at, right? We can say that we are the best at Counter-Strike, but we don't win because we lose to mixed teams and mixed countries, and like maybe we are better than Russia. If you consider the whole scene, we have better players at the top level, but their best teams are better than our best team, so they beat us and they win titles and we don't. So you can say that maybe we are the best at Counter-Strike if you consider whole scene, but they are the cream of the crop, right? So okay, but at Rainbow Six and at Brawlhalla, we are the best. We produce the best players, We beat the best players from the other countries. We produce the best teams. We have the best scenes. But they aren't acknowledged. And our main award, it doesn't make any sense. How do you respect your own scene like this? How do the Brazilian Esports Award don't acknowledge Brazilian esports? Things will get worse when I get to the end, but okay, let's keep up. Best Rainbow Six Siege player, Filipov. Okay, fair. Yeah, it's fair. Best caster Melee, it's the Rainbow Six caster. Completely deserves. He's so good. I love him. Like, Rainbow Six is the only game that I always watch with Brazilian cast because our casters, our Rainbow Six casters are so good. So I love them. Best Valorant player, Aspas. Yeah, could only be him. Best Valorant player for women, non-binary and trans, SRN. Fair, deserved. I was going with her as well. Best League of Legends player, Titan. Okay, so the best Brazilian League of Legends player was Curi, the Pen Game support. He was nominated and he deserved it. He was indeed the best player. Titan just won because he's Brazilian. Not unfair, not undeserving, but Curi was really the best. Now, I don't understand how we get to this point, okay? It's just that it seems like it's a completely biased award in the sense that it doesn't make any sense, even when you say okay, but okay. So let's think about importance, okay? So which esports are the most important for our region? League of Legends and Counter-Strike are the two biggest esports in Brazil. There are no seconds, okay? So you can say, oh, Valorant, but Valorant has been declining. Viewership, producing players, teams, organizations in Valorant. So it's Counter-Strike and it's League of Legends. Just these two, and then the rest. I don't understand how League of Legends wasn't a finalist. In the year, we finally beat the play-in and got to the group stage of Worlds. We beat many viewership. I'll spoil here, and like personality of the year, right? Personality of the year was Baiano, right? The guy who carries our League of Legends scene. So why isn't League of Legends a finalist for best esports game? There are no criteria, you understand? We have Counter-Strike, we have Free Fire, both are fair. Counter-Strike being maybe our biggest esport. After I think it's League of Legends, but like we have better international results, better international performance with Counter-Strike, better top team, and more top teams we can say. So yeah, Counter-Strike and League of Legends, and then Free Fire. That's Free Fire could be in the same league of Rainbow Six and Brawlhalla, that in the sense that we are the best country, because we are the best country. We are just back to back world champions with two different orgs. The thing with Free Fire is that when going to the world championship, we weren't favorites. It was another country. So yeah, you could argue that Free Fire, it's like Rainbow Six, Brawlhalla, and Free Fire. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. The three esports that deserve the most recognition and acknowledgement from this kind of award, but it really doesn't. Do you understand? It really doesn't. So okay, it's good that it's here. For best esports game, no Rainbow Six really. Like for finalists, okay, I could consider no Counter-Strike. I could consider no League of Legends. If there was Brawlhalla, but it's not really never going to be there because there's no viewership. So okay, so it's fine. It's fine. We need viewership, okay. But no Rainbow Six. We were world champions. We won a major. The world championship was in Brazil. It was kind of maybe the best world championship in history, like in kind of hype and everything. with a Brazilian final. So no Rainbow Six here. It's and the winner for this category was Valorant. Yeah, Valorant. The Brazilian Valorant League is dead. Um, Viewership even for the Americas League and the Masters and the World Championship is declining in Brazil. It's getting higher because it's getting more popular outside, mainly East Asia. So, okay, but not in Brazil. Why Valorant makes no sense? Why Valorant's like? Okay, let's keep going. Keep going. Best organization finalists: Furia and Loud like automatic finalists, and Pain Gaming winner deserved for Pain Gaming for their results in League of Legends, their results in Counter Strike, their results in Free Fire that they got to the World Championship. So I think it's fine. Like overall, Pain Gaming really deserves it because they probably were the best performing organization in the main and like the two biggest esports in Brazil, right? So League of Legends and Counter Strike, the best performing or in 2024 was Pain Gaming. So deserve it. I accept it. I just think like why Loud, right? Why Loud? The org in general, like result wise was so disappointing. Why Loud is a finalist? It should be W7M that wasn't even nominated. So it's why I don't understand why this award calls itself the Brazilian Esports Award if it doesn't really watch our esports. It's like judges don't watch esports; they just go by name. And then we want to criticize the Ballon d'Or for giving the award to Rodri and not Vinicius Junior, or giving like an automatic award to Messi, and then we do this. We do this in our own country. It's kind of unreal. So okay, so breakthrough streamer. I won't give any opinions on this because I don't know these people. It's not because I don't know that those they don't deserve. It's just that I don't know. Oh, I should have got water. Okay, so athlete of the year for women and trans and non-binary, SRM, the Valorant player, deserve it. Yeah, okay, I agree. Most popular best streamer, it's a popular award. Paulinho Loco, congrats, deserve it. Okay, so now it's the problem. Now it's the problem with everything. Athlete of the year, Aspas. The America's League winner for Leviathan, right? The problem with this award is that he was the best Valorant player. Okay, that's fine. He didn't win any kind of world championship, any intercontinental, because they count America as one thing. So intercontinental, I don't know if that's a word in English. He didn't have. He don't have. He doesn't. Right. He don't. It's wrong. He doesn't have the titles and the results to back up being the athlete of the year. It should be maybe Felipe Pox that was the Rainbow Six player of the year, or if you're going to give to a player that dominated regionally, then Bigozera was more deserving. Of course, my personal athlete of the year is Kaina, because he is not only the Brazilian Brawlhalla player of the year, he's a Brawlhalla player of the year by far. It's really above Use. Use is the 1v1 world champion, yeah, but the rest of the year, Use was kind of disappointing. He didn't live up to the expectations going after being the world champion last year. So how do you not give this award to Kaina is something I don't understand. And then you can say, oh, but Valorant was chosen as the esport of the year, so the best player in the esport of the year, so it makes sense to give. But why is Valorant the esport of the year? It's just wrong. It's just being biased. It's after a game that is dying in Brazil. It's like they want to revive Valorant by giving these undeserving awards like they don't deserve. I don't want to say like Aspas is a bad. Aspas is great. I love him. I want him to be world championship with MIBR this year, and MIBR is an organization org that I love, that I really like. I have even a shirt, a jersey, but why? It just. And then you can say that, oh, it's because Brawlhalla is a non-popular game. Yeah, but in 2020, PVDDR, Paulo Vitor Damo da Rosa, which I've already mentioned in the other video, he was chosen as the Athlete of the Year. A Magic the Gathering player, he's even a card game player. I thought there was a card game category. Well, at least last year it had one, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if they changed it or anything, or they put in other things, because if there was a card game category, I think we would see Gabriel Fernandes, that is the Brazilian player playing Pokemon TCG. I think it's Gabriel Fernandes, his name. Okay, but then Aspas, and then after PVDR, in 2021, it was Cycle, right? The Rainbow Six player deserved it, right? I think he was world champion in that year. Great. And then 2022, Aspas being world champion at Valorant. Fair. 2023, I was kind of, I don't think it's Aspas, but okay, it was acceptable. But then Aspas, for the third year in a row, it just kind of, okay, let's give it to Aspas because he's the best at Valorant. So Aspas. It doesn't make sense to be Aspas this year. It's just, it's not a Brazilian esports award. It's a Brazilian Valorant award. So after PVDR, like, you have it's not if you PVDR never won, and then you had like Valorant and Counter-Strike and League of Legends player winning every year, then you could have a point saying that it's not popular enough. But then you give the Athlete of the Year to a Magic the Gathering player, and really, I was rooting for PVDR. I wanted him to win because he was world champion. And then, like, if you think about the Magic in general, that year in specific, it was pandemic, right? So the world championship was played with Magic Arena, so it was really an esport that year. He was really an esport winner because he won playing the video game. But if you think about the whole Magic the Gathering history, he's kind of like a top 3, top 4 player, the greatest player of all time. So winning the Athlete of the Year, it crowned his career. It was great, really. I was rooting for him. And then 2020, for other games, we had like I forgot his name, but the Ozumania player winning other games, which was great. Really, Ozu player winning? Oh, that's fantastic, because we are strong at Ozumania. At least we usually to be, because I don't know how we are doing nowadays. Great. So this, and then he won back-to-back, this Ozumania player, and then that was 2020 and 2021, which were great awards. And then the 2022 that I criticized in last video, talking about how they didn't recognize the Brawlhalla players. And then 2023 seemed a little better, and then 2024 it just went downhill. Like, this is probably the worst Prêmio Esporte Brazil that I've ever watched. I didn't watch, of course, but that has ever been made. Like, there are so many problems with this, with the results, with how it was made, with the nominees, with when it aired. So, okay. And then Personality of the Year is Baiano. Deserved that. I would go with Baiano as well. But the problem is that if we want our esports to be taken seriously, we should take our own awards seriously, and the judges should take the results seriously, and they shouldn't think about what the people are going to complain afterwards. They have to choose our best esports players. and the people who deserve it the most that year. It's not because Aspas is winning this year that he is less great. It's just that there was someone greater this year. There was someone that achieved more. It's not, when I talk about Brawlhalla, it's because it's bizarre, I think, how dominant we are becoming in a game that we don't really acknowledge as structurally, institutionally. We don't have big orgs investing in Brawlhalla from Brazil, like Furia, Loud, MIBR, Pen Gaming, Red Canids. They don't know about the game, but the Brazilian players are dominant and the top of the game. The European and North American players, when they come here and play here, that happened with a community tournament, they acknowledge how our rank was better. Okay, so it's about understanding that esport is more than Valorant. If you want to give awards for Valorant, then make like a Valorant Brazilian award and not an esports award in general. Because then, how do you ever play in niche esports? You don't, because you won't be acknowledged. And then we have like a guy who plays, I don't know, Street Fighter, Tekken, but isn't a top player. He's a good player. He gets like a maybe top 8, top 16 at some tournaments, but he doesn't win. It's not making like him lose. It doesn't change the fact he's good at what he does, but there are other people that do better. It's kind of sad. I don't want to be like, when I talk about the things I know, I don't like saying, oh, I know a lot, and oh, maybe this person knows less than me. But I know that when it's about esports and esports as a whole in Brazil, maybe I'm a person that knows more than most. Of course, I know that more than most because most people don't know about it. But even among the people that watch esports, I'm on the side that knows better. That knows better. On the side that people of the people that know more. Maybe yeah, I don't know, pretentious, right? So pretentious, but yeah, I know a lot. I know really. It saddens me, right? Because I wanted to acknowledge what our esports really mean. Because if you think about esports as a whole, Brazil is maybe a top 5 country performance-wise. Because Japan has the games they are strong at, like fighting games. South Korea, it's Overwatch, it's League of Legends, it's StarCraft. But the Swedes is better, right? Zero is the goat. But yeah, StarCraft, League of Legends, Overwatch, and now Valorant. Those countries produce a lot of players, and don't have across many esports. France is another country, and now Saudi Arabia is an upcoming country, and I would like to say the United States, but United States, a country that disappoints so much in many games, they use it to be the number 1 country, and now you don't really see them winning like many world championships anymore. Like Rafa is an American player, right? So maybe you say them winning Quake games, and then Call of Duty. I don't even think they win Call of Duty CDL anymore. But okay, in Brazil, it's among these countries like France, South Korea, Japan, the US, Saudi Arabia. You see the country and you know they produce great esports players. I would love to see Sweden, by the way, but Swedish CS is on the low side right now, and Zero, okay, he's a goat for esports, which is great, but and Turbo Pulsar, it's like one of the three goats of Rocket League, but they are really uh, at their peak right now. So, oh, and of course, I forgot to mention Russia, which is probably the greatest esports country in the world. In my opinion, it's Russia. But then you have Japan, South Korea, Russia. Oh, China. But China is kind of so it's they're so close, and the esports they play is so China centric that you end up forgetting. You can think about Philippines and Malaysia after those countries, right? So you have France, Russia, the U.S., Japan, South Korea, Brazil, and then Saudi Arabia, Philippines, Malaysia, and other countries. But the thing is, when you really think about it, Brazil is a top country in esports. It's not just the FPS country. We are almost an esports country with no investment from the government, basically, right? We have the Rio de Janeiro city and state kind of invest on it, and the São Paulo city also like invests, but it's just because it's the biggest economic center in Brazil. And if you think about like Denmark, for example, which produced many great Counter-Strike players, and the government really invests in esports, and the same goes for United States that even has college competitions. Brazil doesn't have any of that, but we keep producing great players and developing our region and our games and getting better and better because our community is so strong and we understand esports as a whole. It's so connected. Our esports are so connected that make it possible. But when something like this happens, it just shatters what could be a united community. Because if our esports award is only awarding a handful of games, how are we supposed to morally and culturally invest in other games? If a Brawlhalla player was winning Athlete of the Year, maybe the people, because it's a free game at that, right? So everyone can play. It's not a heavy game with many gigabytes, and you don't need like a great computer, an expensive computer to play. It even has like a mobile app. So if like a kid was watching and then Athlete Player of the Year is a Brazilian Brawlhalla player, and many people don't know that we are good at Brawlhalla, that we are the best at Brawlhalla. So they would say, oh, maybe I can play Brawlhalla, and then the scene would just get stronger. It's just like when I mentioned the Oscars in the last video. It's just like, okay, ainda estou aqui, like I'm still here. I won't say the English name because that's just sad. Ainda estou aqui was nominated to the Oscars, and even though this probably won't change the state of Brazilian cinema and movie industry right now, in the short term, as a guy that as Felipe Leão, that's a YouTuber that I watch, says, in the short term, it really has some kind of effect that makes people go more to the movies to watch Brazilian film. So maybe in the big spectrum, maybe as a whole, in total, like it won't change the whole thing, but it will be there will be some kind of change, smaller change, and some kind of smaller investment, and there will be someone who will watch and think, maybe I can play this game professionally, and this is what matters for this. So for next year, we are finally having the esports Olympics in Saudi Arabia, right? I don't know which games will be chosen. There won't be Counter-Strike, that's for sure. But if there ever is Brawlhalla there, it could be that game that when we watch Olympics, regular Olympics, Summer Olympics, we say like there is a Brazilian that is great at archery, right? Marcos Almeida. He's like a top two player. Oh, maybe I could be like him, or for table tennis, and then we have Hugo Calderano that is in like top 10 player, top 5 player. And there are people who watched them play and think maybe I can practice it. Maybe if there is a Brazilian that is so good, maybe I can be that good too. Maybe I can try the game. I can try the game because like table tennis, we play a lot of ping pong. It's different, right? But we'll play a lot of ping pong, and then we can have our next Hugo Calderano because when he retires, maybe we won't have someone like him. But because people watch the Olympics, and then after the Summer Olympics come investment come, maybe we can still produce these rare people. It's like whenever we watch Summer Olympics and then the Paralympics afterwards, that we are some kind of superpower, right? We dominate the Paralympics in some ways. We are way stronger at it. People say, oh, Brazil could be I don't know the English term for this. It's superpower, right? Brazil could be one of the best countries of the Olympics if we had like decent investment, and we could be the best, maybe the second best after Russia, maybe the third after South Korea, because South Korea has a history of it. But then maybe we could be top 5, top 3 country at esports with if we treat it the way it should be treated, if we were professional, if we respected our esport, which this award doesn't really do, which is really sad. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Thanks for watching, and that's it.